back to my channel, Hades Beer Corner. Today we have another dark beer and another beer from Estonia. It is from a brewery in Tartu, Estonia, from the same town um, as the Pyhate beers, Tartu, in southern Estonia. It's Anderson's. What we have here is Red Hot Chili Pepper, a beer called Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is a beer which is styled here. It says English Porter. It's there are different types of porter, uh, which well, depending on who you ask, some say stout is porter, or stout porter, but I disagree. I think stout porters are stout and porter are two very different things. And there is, for example, Baltic porter, which is a version of imperial stout that originated in the Baltic region in the 19th century. Now, what is a porter? Porter is an ale type of a beer that was developed in London, England, in the early 18th century, and the name is believed to be originated or from its popularity within or with amongst porters, the workers of the ports or the harbors. It's black, almost black, dark brown to black, depending on which type of porter it is. And it's well hopped and uses brown malt, which gives the dark color to it. Now, the porter became the first beer to be brewed around the world, being produced amongst other countries, Sweden, Russia, Ireland, and North America by the end of the 18th century. Now, I've said this in my stout videos, but I'll say it again. The history of stout and porter are intertwined. They are, middle meddled with each other throughout the centuries. The name stout used to be used for a dark beer came about because strong porters were marketed as stout porters and later being shortened to just stout. For example, Guinness Extra Stout was originally called Extra Superior Porter and wasn't given the name Extra Stout until 1840. Now, the origin of the name Porter, I couldn't find anything beyond 1721 when Porter was first mentioned in print, when the development of brown beers had developed in and around London, England. And the term became common in print by the 1760s, but it wasn't often used by the brewers themselves back then, but rather quite a bit later. Now, Anderson's is a craft brewery in Tartu, Estonia, and this is their red hot chili pepper. So this is an English porter, a dark beer, 7.9%, which is very typical for a porter, and it's dark. It says here dark beer with cherries and chili peppers. I've tasted another Anderson's chili beer, not this particular one, but I did really like it. Katja and I ended up in a small bar in Tallinn, Old Town, and there was this I don't know how we ended up there. We were a tourism weekend really, and we were having a walk in the Tallinn Old Town. I highly recommend it. Go check it out the next time you're around. And we ended up in this small hippie-ish artist bar, or a pub, really small, and they had Anderson's chili beer as it was Easter time, early to mid April. I think it was early April, and the chili beer was really what I really needed for a cold day in a coastal town of the Baltic Sea. Now let's go and have a taste, shall we? Now then, I've poured it into a glass. It gives a thick, firm head, or the foam part here. It's really porterish taste. It's malty. It's clear. I can really get the dark malt here. Okay. Mm, it's really good. Mm. There's the reasonable hoppiness, uh, the slight taste of cherries. The sometimes that if the beer has cherries in it, cherry flavoring, or this doesn't actually have flavoring in it. It's actually real cherries, and like for example, lambics. They tend to have the Greek lambics. They tend to have the cherry, and the sweetness of the cherry is really strong. This gives a really the cherry in this one is really subtle. It's more like it if you've ever eaten chocolate, dark chocolate with cherries. It's like having dark chocolate with cherries. You know, cherry dark chocolate is really good, and the chili is not overpowering. The the chili beer that the Anderson's chili beer that I tried in Tallinn, the chili was really strong. It was a real kick. It was a real kicker. The chili. I can't for the love of me I cannot remember the name of the beer, but maybe it'll come to me. Uh, but it's really good. 7.9% ABV from Red Hot Chili Peppers, English porter. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, please check the links in the description box down below, and I'll put some cards up there. And check the links. Leave me a like, subscribe, check the Patreon, PayPal. I'll see you next time.